Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. We're on to the divisional round now, 2 steps away from playing on the biggest stage in sports. It's the Eagles going up against the Cowboys. On the call here tonight, let's send it out to our guys in the booth. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we find ourselves right in the center of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Arlington and AT&T Stadium. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting to run. One man in the backfield, Elliott. They're going to give it to him running right. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. And this offensive unit today, they're going to need Dez.
A full combo plate. Size, speed, toughness. Not to mention incredible aggressiveness going and getting the football.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Come on, let's go. 190.
Here's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick-6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They start on the ground with Elliott. Bulldozes past him. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll come out in the pistol. On second down, Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Cuts back, left sideline. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big pickup there on the run. 35 yards.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Jordan Hicks played inside and outside linebacker while in college. He'll do the same in the NFL and make a lot of plays in doing so.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
On the return now, it's Josh Huff. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Some changes here as the D-line separates some. And complete to Zach Ertz. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
First carry for Wendell Smallwood. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They pitch out to Smallwood. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Second down, Smallwood. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. And now the defense for Dallas.
Sean Lee is a linebacker with an exciting mix of tackling ability and coverage skills.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll need to get the play off quickly. First down, a run with Smallwood. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Here we go.
Green Beckham in motion right. Now Wentz throwing on second down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off is J.J. Wilcox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And out now come the Cowboys. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They come out here in the eye. They go to Elliott again. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Finding time. Going up top. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. So the Cowboys will punt it on 4th down. As on is the veteran Chris Jones to kick it away. Back deep is Darren Sproles.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Darren Sproles. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a 1st down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
Smallwood. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down following the run. Going right back to Smallwood. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Here's Prescott. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
To start this drive from here. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Left side, caught by Matthews. And oh, he coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. A dump off to Smallwood. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Shift together here from the D-line. Now the former Oregon man, this is Kenyon Barner. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And he fires one, but incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it's 4th down. So now on 4th down, the Eagles will hand things over to their field goal kicker, and that's Caleb Sturgis. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
A first down carry by Elliott. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
And he's brought down after a good gain. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary.
Here we go! Red 38!
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Well, that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Holding them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Throwing on first is Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left. It's caught inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. To throw, it's Wentz. And able to complete it to Green Beckham. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Sturgis able to knock it through. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He gets it to Matthews, complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
7 yards to go on 2nd down. Elliott. Oh, he bowls over it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Come on, let's go. 1, 9,
Now Prescott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. Bryant, the lone receiver, left.
Come on, let's go.
Here's Prescott. He's going to look deep down the field. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize that.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dorial Green-Beckham with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
Help me out, partner. Was that incomplete?
That was on a deep ball to Dez.
And that's a surprise. The way he attacks the football in the air, it's always surprising to me when he doesn't complete a pass like that.
Let's go. 1-9.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you worked on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. From midfield, here's Wentz. A dump off to Smallwood. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Aguilar has it. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Shift together here from the D-line. Wentz now on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. And some room to maneuver. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last Last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call tippy toes if that one was completed.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Now Wentz on third down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Dorial Green-Beckham, and now it's fourth down. Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's taken on the 25. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Connor Barwin in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Here's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And it's picked up by the Eagles.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Here's Smallwood as they begin on the ground. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On second down, here's Wentz. And he fires one incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. From the gun on third down, Wentz eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Unable to complete it to Green Beckham. So how about that one, Charles? We haven't seen that in a while. The illegal forward pass.
The quarterbacks get so much leeway on this play that you're right, Brandon. It is very rare that we see the call come out for a legal forward pass.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Returnable here from the 38. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll make it a 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And he finds his target, Terrence Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Let's go.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. Now Prescott. Rolling to his right. This will be caught at about the 5. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jason Witten hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
They ran that one well.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Randy Gregory in there to drop him. And he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's third down. On third and long, it's Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. They're in a good spot. Two-possession game, barely, but a two-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice.
Let's face it, right now, they're talking about ball security, taking care of it, not allowing anything crazy to happen, because we've seen nutty things happen down the stretch, but they also have the security of the scoreboard. With that type of a lead, even if something goes haywire, they're still in good shape.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting to run. They start the drive with Smallwood. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Watch left. Stop right there.
They come out here in the eye.
Here we go.
Wentz to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now here come the Cowboys. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
One receiver left, 3 to the right. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got time. He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught at the 30. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody. You